This is a very cool item that I've been looking forward to for a while, and I've been researching and looking for a very good night vision option for my uses. I wanted something that I could shoot with, and that was usable for somewhat moving, running around, doing stuff like that. So initially I looked for a one of those flip down SWAT team looking night vision goggle setups with the head mount sort of thing, and I came up with the Yukon Tracker goggles. They're 1x24. I do not have those with me to show you because they were pieces of garbage. If you look at Amazon, the reviews gave them 4 out of 5 stars. Most of the night vision reviews are horrendous, so 4 out of 5 stars. I was really excited. I ordered them for $440 about, and including shipping. I received them, and even with an aftermarket infrared flashlight, they were the most horrendous pieces of night vision I've ever seen. They were blurry, they were fish-eyed, they were terrible. All night vision we're going to be talking about today is first gen. So, and I believe that only pertains to the date that the tube was manufactured or something like that. So my impressions of the Yukons, if you're looking into that sort of night vision, they were terrible. I have not seen or heard of a single night vision that has been rated better in that price range, and if it's rated worse than that, it must be horrendous. I hate to speak in a blanket sense like that, but these were absolutely terrible, and there's people raving about them on here. So either they have, maybe I got a lemon or something, which I doubt, or these people have never used night vision. So, as an alternative to a head-mounted night vision, go get yourself a $30 toy. Honestly, if you're going to look at the Yukon Tracker goggles or something, go get yourself a pair of those Modern Warfare 2 goggles or these Cyclops goggles. They're 100 times clearer. I've had both of these at the same time, the Yukon, and I compared them. The only drawback about these and why they're not usable for the most part is because the field of view is so small. It's just a little tiny, like 1 inch by 1 inch screen that you're looking at in here. If it were bigger, maybe the Modern Warfare ones are better. On these ones, it's just they're too small. Clarity is 100 times better than the Yukon, and the Yukon field of view isn't much bigger anyways. So that brought me to the, let's see, Yukon NVRS Tactical 2.5x-50 internal focusing night vision rifle scope, which is what we have in front of us. The price point is $550.70 with free shipping. Now, that's pricey for some people, moderate for others. It's definitely not cheap for anybody. So, if you're going to be getting into night vision, especially on a rifle scope, you need to do at minimum, get at minimum this scope, I would say. I've read a lot of reviews of other people who have gotten the 40mm objective ones, who are very dissatisfied with them, and one guy in particular who on Amazon reviews had said he had bought 2 of the 40mm ones. He had 2 of the 40mm and got 1 of the 50, and the 50 was far, far superior. My phone is a-ringing. Okay. So, my initial impressions, I'm going to do a full-on grouping where I'm going to take this out, shoot at about 100 yards, maybe 200, depending on how much magnification I can actually see, and do some groupings with this, and I want to do a lot of shooting and a lot of footage with this, so this should be fun in the future. This is just an initial impression of it. Comes in a leather case, and this leather case doubles as a scope cover once it's on your rifle. It has an opening here, and it can go completely zip on top of your scope, which is cool, but not really functional, and I'll explain why. So, here she is. This is different than the 2.5x-50 titanium scope. There's a difference, and you can kind of tell by the mount and its location, this front mount here. The titanium one is a little cheaper. This one supposedly has some sort of better focusing or something like that. So controls are here. This, if I were to flip this down, would turn the night vision on. One more down would activate the infrared illumination. and this controls the reticle brightness. So you can actually turn the reticle off with this, or you can dial it really high. It is a green night vision with a red crosshair. It also has a pick rail on the side for an extra infrared illuminator. Now, let me comment on this scope by itself. If you go out and buy this scope and you turn it on and you put your infrared illuminator on and you don't have an aftermarket IR flashlight, you're going to hate this scope because it sucks. In a lot of night vision, you'll hear that. It plain old blows if you don't have an IR flashlight on, an aftermarket one. So, roll in Amazon, which I do use a lot. This is the Ultrafire WF501B. It does have, I believe, 3 little LEDs in there. And it works well. Slap it on this pick rail, and it will light up quite an area and make this night vision scope very usable. Very, very usable. I'm satisfied with this. I'm not going to send it back, and that says something because I'm kind of picky about my night vision stuff. We'll just clamp that down. Problems with night vision scopes that you might not be aware of. This is a pretty compact night vision scope. Some of the other lower models you're going to get, or even more expensive models, are going to be huge. I'm talking like maybe 2 to 3 times the size of this, and you're thinking, that looks like a football already. Well, yeah, that's one of the drawbacks. They're huge and they're heavy. This is a, I want to say 30-some ounces, or let's check. Very heavy. 33.5 ounces, this scope. That's huge. It's very heavy. This is not going to be something you're going to run around a carbine scope with. This is going to be 100 to 200 yards shooter. So you need to be comfortable with shooting at that range with a 2.5 power magnification. I am fairly comfortable with that, so it's not that big of a deal. But you need to understand what your goals are with it. If you think you're going to strap it on a AR and go clearing rooms in your airsoft, or if you do live fire drills or whatever you do, this is not a close quarter scope. I wouldn't use it as such because of the weight. Also because unless you're using a secondary night vision headset, you don't want to be staring through this thing trying to see around. It's not really meant for that. It's more of if you spot your target from a distance, then you look through the scope, identify more clearly and take your shot. I think it would be great for hunting. I think it'd be great for hog hunting or coyotes or whatever you do in your night hunting. Look for more to come with this. I'm happy with it. If you're into it and you know what your uses are and you think a night vision rifle scope is for you, I would spend the money on this before going crazy on a Gen 2 scope. The clarity is, I couldn't ask for much better on the clarity with the aftermarket infrared light. So I don't know how much better a Gen 2 is going to get you. Could ask for more magnification, but it kind of comes with the territory.